What if the most powerful energy source on Earth wasn't the sun, the wind, or uranium? What if it was the heat sitting quietly under your feet right now in your backyard? This isn't fantasy, it's real, and it's big enough to reshape the entire global economy. We're talking about geothermal energy, and thanks to new breakthroughs, it may finally be ready to step out of the shadows. The Earth's crust is a furnace. Just the top 20,000 feet holds more than 2,000 zettajoules of heat. That's enough energy to power our civilization for over 15,000 years. It's the ultimate clean battery. Always on, always available. So why aren't we already using it? Because for the last century, geothermal was locked behind geography. You needed three things in the same place: heat, water, and the right kind of rock. That rare combination gave us Iceland and parts of California, but for the other 98% of the planet, geothermal was a pipe dream. That's starting to change. A startup called Sage Geosystems may have found a way to make geothermal work almost anywhere. Their secret? Pressure. Instead of hunting for natural hot springs, Sage drills into hot, dry rock, which exists beneath much of the planet. Then they use something called gravity fracking. Don't panic, this isn't the chemical-heavy process you're imagining. Instead, they use water and crushed rock to create a single large fracture network deep underground. Think of it like opening a window into Earth's heat. Sage isn't the only one rewriting the rules. Another startup, called Quaise, wants to skip drill bits entirely and burn through rock with beams of energy. They're using a device called a gyrotron, which blasts millimeter wave radiation, the same tech fusion labs use to heat plasma to 100 million degrees. In early field tests, their rigs melted holes into basalt in minutes, leaving behind rings of black glass where the stone had vaporized. If it scales, this could change everything. By drilling 10 to 20 kilometers deep, Quaise hopes to reach super-hot geothermal, rock above 350 degrees Celsius, hot enough to generate steam as efficiently as nuclear. And unlike Sage, which focuses on oil field-style pads, Quaise is building its first 20-megawatt pilot plant in Oregon, targeting operation by 2028. It's high risk, high reward. If Sage is the evolution of drilling, Quaise is the revolution. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. The same wells that generate power can also store it. During times when solar and wind are overproducing, Sage pumps water into the fracture, holding it there under pressure, like a balloon. Later, when the grid needs power, they release it. The fracture naturally collapses, forcing water back to the surface, turning stored pressure into electricity. It's like having a giant underground battery, all at a cost as low as 4 cents per kilowatt hour. But what about the risks? Whenever the word fracking comes up, people worry. Earthquakes, contamination, but Sage's process is different. Gravity fracking avoids natural fault lines, which means far less risk of triggering seismic events. And because the working fluid is just water and crushed rock, not chemicals, the environmental impact is minimal. The power itself? Zero emissions. Could we cool the planet's core? It sounds almost absurd, but some people ask, if we tap Earth's heat everywhere, could we drain the planet's core? The short answer? No. First, we're only drilling into a sliver of the crust, not the mantle. Second, Earth already loses heat constantly, radiating out into space at a rate of 47 terawatts every year. That's more than 10 times the energy humanity consumes annually. Even if we ran civilization entirely on geothermal, we'd only speed up Earth's natural cooling by a tiny fraction. Geothermal still has hurdles. Securing investment, scaling the specialized turbines, building transmission to connect new plants. But the opportunity is staggering. If the oil and gas industry, with its rigs, skills, and global workforce, pivoted fully to geothermal, we could supply nearly 80% of the world's electricity by 2050. This is where geothermal feels like solar and wind did 15 years ago. Today, they dominate new power generation. Here's the final twist: AI. Every query, every chatbot answer, every data center running 24/7 is pushing electricity demand to levels the grid has never seen before. Wind and solar are crucial, but they're intermittent. Batteries help, but they're expensive and short duration. Nuclear is coming back, but it's slow and costly to build. Geothermal, if unlocked at scale, is different. It's clean. It's 24/7. It's controllable like natural gas. The heat is already there. We've always known about geothermal. For a century, it's been the giant sitting on the sidelines. Now, with pressure geothermal, supercritical turbines, and underground storage, it could finally be stepping onto the field. This isn't just about adding another clean energy source. It's about unlocking a hidden vault of power. A resource so vast, it could reshape a $10 trillion global energy market. Maybe the biggest energy revolution of the century was never above us in the sun or the wind. Maybe it was always under our feet.